Hey everyone. All right. You're hopefully watching this video when it posts because we're talking about some time sensitive information here. We are talking about seeding and growing your asparagus. So if you don't want to buy crowns this year, not crayons, crowns, then you want to get that started now. You might have a 1 to 2 week leadway here that you might play with, but my recommendation is now. Now, in case you're wondering, if this video is you're seeing it sometime in the future, is January the 28th. So 21st, 28th, maybe the first week of February, second week if you really want to push things as far as you can. That's time to seed your asparagus. Think you've seen some of our videos. We use a calendar to keep up with this, and I would pick up the calendar I'm using and show you, but I actually have asparagus seeds laid out on it already. I have already been looking at my asparagus and getting things ready, planning what I'm going to seed. I'm shooting for 3 72 cell trays of each of the 3 varieties that we grow. So 72 cell refers to the type of tray. So now we use a 10-20 tray generally. We do have a couple of exceptions to that rule, but generally a 10-20 tray. So this is a 72 cell tray. Now these, cheating, they actually tell you, for easy reference, I think you might be able to see that right there. That's a 72 cell tray. And what that means is there's 72 holes in this. Now, if you change the size of the tray to a bigger one, 72 holes means the holes are going to get bigger. But we're working with a 10-20, which means we're 10 this way, 20 this way as far as size. And then you can see, if you can count with me, 6. So if it's 72 and that's 6, then this has to be 12. And if you count that out on video, if you want to pause it and look at it, you'll see that is 12. So 72 cell tray, that gives us about a 2-inch wide hole to work with, which is ideal for asparagus. Now these are pretty deep. They make deeper ones and they make a lot shallower ones. But asparagus is a pretty hefty grower, and if you've ever grown asparagus before, you know that the root of the asparagus I'm not positive asparagus is considered a rhizome, but anyway, it's a tuber, rhizome, etc. If I knew the answer to that, I'd tell you for sure, but you can Google that. It doesn't matter to me. It's a root. So you can plant those, and then you get asparagus quicker. When you're growing from seed, you're not going to harvest anything in year 1. Nothing. Let it grow, fertilize it, watch it be pretty. If it shoots up anything other than the fern, leave it alone. Don't touch nothing. Year 2, it is recommended that you leave that alone. You could, if you get real good healthy growth on that, you might pick one off of each plant. But honestly, you're going to be better off when you're growing from seed to let that plant have 2 years without you messing with it. So don't harvest nothing. That's allowing it to put more energy back into the root system, and that helps assure that plant comes out of winter ready to grow and work for you the next year. So if you harvest that first year, you're probably going to kill the plant. You're probably going to stop it from being able to feed the nutrients to the roots, and it needs those nutrients in the roots to make it to the next year, to make it through winter, and then to grow again and get bigger. You're looking for a nice big bushy fern, is what it's going to grow to. So, and then every winter that's going to either die back or you mow it or cut it back. We mow and cut ours back and then remulch before it grows the next year to help control weeds. We got a real high weed pressure. We have both in raised beds and in the ground also. Raised beds definitely works well, but in the ground will work also. Works. We probably harvest more out of our ground asparagus beds than we do out of our other asparagus beds that are in raised beds. Um, okay, so let's talk about what an asparagus seed looks like. See if y'all can see this in the tip of my finger. See that little guy? Now, this ain't the smallest seeds by no means that we work with. These seeds are pleasant to work with because they're not so tiny that you can't get a hold of them. But that's your asparagus seed. Your asparagus will go to seed in the fall, and after it does all it's going to do, and so then it's going to reseed itself. More asparagus is probably going to grow from those seeds, or you can harvest the seeds if you want to. Keep in mind, if you're growing a non-heirloom, so like a hybrid variety, those seeds may not produce an asparagus that you're fond of growing, so you don't know what you're going to get. Now we'll look at the three varieties that we grow, heirloom varieties that we grow almost every year. Had to have a drink. So, the one I've already got seeds pulled for is the one I can't pronounce. So, I'm going to let you read it before I even butcher it. So, it's like precoce. Yeah, whatever. So, there we are. It's obvious it's from a language that I don't know a whole lot about originally. And, yep, it's French. I don't know French. It's a rose-colored spear, so the piece you're going to harvest is going to have a rose color to it. Or you can blanch it like they do in some areas to get a white spear. We don't blanch. We harvest, we eat, we enjoy. Now, you might wonder why we're sowing so many. Now, these are not just for us, even though we hopefully will get a chance to expand our asparagus beds this year. We're hoping to have some dedicated beds to each of these varieties. But we also sell a lot of asparagus, so a lot of people buy our asparagus and plant it themselves. Mary Washington. Now, this is a very old heirloom, very popular. A lot of people grow this. It's got that classic asparagus look to it, shape, size. It's been being grown for centuries, and it's a very productive and very long-lived variety. Now, in asparagus, some asparagus has been known to produce for 45 years. And I'm sure there's asparagus that produces longer than that. But we know that some of it's 45 years. But you can count on probably, with an heirloom variety, 20 to 30 years of production. 25 is about the number to look at. Some of your hybrids are more like 8 to 12, but 25 years. So when you plant this, go ahead and spend the time prepping that soil, getting it nice and full of organic matter, real good, thorough, quality soil to work with. Weed-free preferably, because you're going to be growing off this for a long time in that spot. So make sure you like where you plant it. Now you can move it, but why? And then we have Conover's Colossal. Now our seeds for these all happen to come from Rare Seeds. They got a quality seed, and it has always been good for us. So the Conover's Colossal is a 19th century heirloom. It's still very, very popular with market gardeners because it produces it was bred to produce a very, very large spear, which is the spear is what you eat. That's the asparagus that you're eating. And it has a very super high yield production with it. So, and as you can see, it's a really pretty asparagus too. I mean, that's just gorgeous right there. So that's Conover's Colossal. Now, these don't come with too many seeds per package. You're very limited on the amount of seeds in it. The Mary Washington, they're a little more liberal with, so you get a little bit more seeds in a package on them. But same thing for the French variety I talked about. That's actually not a lot of seeds in them either. So we're working with multiple packs of seeds here, so we're hoping to get 3 trays of one, 3 trays of another, and then I'm kind of expecting the Carnivorous Colossal that we may end up with only 2 trays, and it could be 1.5. But that'll be fine. If that's what we get, that's great. I plan on putting out probably half of a tray or more of the Carnivorous Colossal this year. So if I don't have enough to sell, they'll just be ours. And then we'll sell off of the other 2 varieties. We've already got some Mary Washingtons planted, and we'll probably plant some more. This all depends upon timing and the weather and so forth. So, all right. So, let me get a tray going, fill up the soil, and I'll come back and I'll just show you what we're doing. Okay, so I've got my soil. Technically, it's not soil. It's a seed starting mix in my tray. So now I am going to take another tray and compact this down just a little bit so it's not all loose. Oh, and when you're seeding your asparagus, you're looking to put these seeds about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch deep into the soil. So I have got right at 1/2 inch deep from the top of my tray here. And so I'll push these seeds down into the tray slightly while I'm doing what I'm doing. So I'm going to bring y'all closer so you can see. Okay, I will be starting with our French variety since I've already got seeds pulled. And I will be putting 1 seed per hole. Now, they probably want you to sow 2 to be sure that you get good germination. But I don't want to waste these. And I don't want to disturb them when they come up. So I will be doing 1 per. Now the reason we're using a 72 and not like a 128 where we could get more of them in a close area is simply because these asparagus are going to need room to grow. They will start to produce a little fern looking plant pretty quickly. And we're going to plant these outside. We'll probably up pot these once. Definitely are going to up pot the ones we're going to sell. But once they're ready, we'll plant them outside after danger of frost has passed. We don't want these young tender plants to have a rough time with our crazy weather here in East Tennessee. So we'll probably plant these in May, 1st of May, obviously. Probably be in the ground by May the 5th. You can plant them earlier. Our last frost date is towards the end of April. And we definitely could plant then. But I would like to give these guys their best chance at a real good first year of life. Because let's face it, we plant this stuff to enjoy it, not to have to watch it die or watch it struggle. You know, they may pull out of this and if you have a frost hit them, but then they may struggle for the rest of the year. And I would prefer not to have to deal with that. I would prefer to be doing something else besides having to babysit them. Guys, if you all have grown asparagus before, Be sure to comment below. Tell us the varieties that you've grown. Tell us your success stories. Tell us, give us some recipes that you use your asparagus for. Now for me, I do quite like asparagus. I just can't eat it no more. I have gout. And that is a contributor to gout. So my wife and kids thoroughly enjoy my share of the asparagus. Germination temperature. Let's talk germination temperature. We've done talk cell size, which is the size tray we're planting in. But germination temperature, we are looking for a 75 to 80 degree germination for these. So heat mat is ideal, or a germination chamber. You probably can get by with down as low as 70 if you got a real nice warm house that you keep nice and warm, then that'll work. So now the growing medium we use is Pro Mix growing medium. There I go again. Seed starting mix is Pro Mix MP. And that is an organic. We are certified organic, so we use nothing but high quality organic products. It gives our plants a nice good start. Healthy, strong. We want them to grow good root systems. We will fertilize when it's time to fertilize. And when we up pot these guys, they will get up, and by up potted, I mean we put them in a larger pot or tray. They will get either, and these guys will probably get a growing mix, which means it's going to have a little bit of fertilizer in it and stuff. And as always, guys, if you watched our channel for long, you know we're a fan of blue masking tape. That's painter's tape. And we use this to label our trays from year to year. And we just simply write on here the variety. This is something we've been doing for a long time. Trying to let you all watch, and I'm writing crooked to do that. And just in case someone else is looking at this that isn't us, and occasionally we have something that has the same name in two different things, so I don't have anything else that has that name. But I will write asparagus on there. And then we'll write who the seeds came from. If it's our seeds, our saved seeds, then we put ADCF for a different chick farm. But rare seeds, that's where those came from, so we got that on there. I used to put the date on there too, but it's overkill because we have to do this for, and we do this for us too, but we have to do this for our organic certification. We got to track what we did, when we did it, and so forth. So I hope that helped. I hope it challenges you to get you some asparagus seeds and get them started. We hope to start selling our asparagus seeds maybe next year. So if you're not quite ready this year to start from seed, you can buy plants from us. And then next year we're hoping to have our own seeds available. It'll be very limited numbers. We'll probably sell them in a pack of about 15, which honestly 15 to 25 seeds is probably what we'll put in a package. It'll be a minimum of 15 and maybe more like 20, 25. Honestly, for the average family, 15 to 25 plants is probably plenty for you. Now, if you got a big family or you eat a lot of asparagus like my wife and kids do, and like I used to, then you may want more plants. If you got gout like I do, you don't want it. So, all right, guys, I hope that helped. Be sure you like and subscribe. I'm going to get this video posted quickly. That way the people that need it can get started on their seeds. That way if you don't have them, you can get them in here maybe next week and get to work. Y'all have a good one. Take care.